Oh, this is too great to be true. This is a response video to Rubber Duckies, Part 7, No Alibis, Season 2, Mini, Making a Murder on YouTube. The deal is that Avi Apperson and Eric Goes on Making a Murderer, and Laura Evans, and Casey Oliver, others, everybody else, okay? They all have Teresa Marie Halbach dead, and I don't care how you slice it, what you do, the end result is Stephen Avery's blood is in her vehicle. Okay? No matter how many vehicles are in between, then that's the two pillars. Now, so, those being lies, I tell Stephen Avery, go sue their asses. But, we got Rubber Ducky. And Rubber Ducky is saying that Teresa Marie Halbach is dead and Stephen Avery's blood is in her rapport. And then she goes through the Denny. What's the Denny gonna get you? You know, you go to court on a Denny, or you go to court on, man, they switched vehicles out, they did this, they did that, totally knowing that they were setting him up, went beyond, you know, get him out on a Denny. What? When it comes to suing people, we're stating that Teresa Marie Halbach is dead and that Stephen Avery's blood is in her rapport. Rubber Ducky is different. You see, all the other ones are more or less amateurs. Armchair, whatever, but not Rubber Ducky. Her production is on par with and above and beyond the original Netflix series. She's got the best graphics out there. All right. Anyway, let's get into what I mean because she's different. Now, we got the Denny, right? We got the Denny. Now I'm all screw the Denny shit, but let's give her a chance. We got alibi, motive, opportunity, evidence. Now, she goes through the list, and here's the thing about this. She just goes through the entire list. Obviously, they all couldn't have. I can see it now. There's 20 people, the whole entire list, and they're all over there on Teresa, you know? There's like 20 people just flash mobbed and ganged on her. Anyway, you only got 6 prints. You can only get 6 people out of here, each one leaving a print apiece. Okay. Anyway, Scott Taddick, Bob B. Dassey, Mike Oldsman, Tom Janda, Earl Avery, Charles Avery, Robert Fabian, Robert Hillgrass, Scott Balder, Mike Alabach, Joseph Randett, Zipper's dog, Tom Pierce, Bradley Check, Andres Martinez, Roger, Richard Raymond Razuz, the German guy, Sean Rudy, Andrew Colburn, James Link. There's a 20 right there. Okay. Some of those people didn't do it. Some of those people did do something, and it wasn't kill her. But out of this list, for some reason or another, that phone number that was given to Auto Trader traced back to Scott Taddick and his trailer off Highway 147 at the time. And theoretically, Mr. Janda, I forgot his name. Anyway, he called, and that would have been probably the Dassey phone number at the time. So at the time of the call, the phone number in the Dassey house belonging to Mr. Dassey would be the phone number at the house, and the phone number that was called into Auto Trader was coming from Scott Taddick's house. Anyway, I traced it down to that, but Barb says it's been her number all along and doesn't know or doesn't recognize her ex-husband's phone number. Anyway, then Bobby Dassey. Now, Scott Taddick was interviewed by a fire investigator and a drug investigator. What the fuck are they doing in there? Okay, and then Scott turned on Stephen and gave him whatever they wanted. Bobby Dassey, he pointed Stephen out, and he did not say that he saw her leave. Now, you're Tom Fassbender, and you've got all this shit on 2 CDs, right? And some of it's illegal. Well, you can get some of it off the internet, but you have to go into a dark web to get some of this other stuff that they're talking about. And it's illegal, so why didn't they arrest and prosecute Bobby? Why? There's a deal made that they wouldn't prosecute Bobby for having illegal images if you testify or the way they want him to, or not testify that he's seen Teresa leave. Okay? So, they can go in there and they could take over your computer, underneath your computer's hood, and have it look like you logged in on it remotely. They got that technology, and for $36 million, I'm sure they employed some really good people to do that. So they set him up underneath. So they're over there clicking away and sticking all the stuff in the Dassey computer so that it'd be found. And then they can blame it on him. And he's like, what the fuck? Okay. Anyway, so that's how they get Bobby in on it. But that's to testify. So those two remain separate. But we got Ron Hillegrass, Scott Boldorm, Mike Halbach. Those 3. Well, who else closest to her? Those 3. Could they not have, well, if Teresa said that she wasn't going to be working for Auto Trader past the 31st, okay. But to transfer her assets over to her brother means that she knows that she's going missing. She has intent. She's in on it. Okay? She's in on it. I'm not going to be working, so, I'll see you later. And I'm going to hand over all my belongings to my brother because I'm skipping town. I'm leaving. I'm gone. I'm going under. Faking my death, being a part of faking my death. That's what I read out of it. Anyway, Colburn and Link, Herman and Peterson. Okay, Peterson basically said, if we don't put him in prison, we're going to kill his ass. Kenneth, yeah. And he told Herman to go set Stephen up. And Herman said, sure. So Herman turned around and told Link and Colburn, Peterson wants us to set Stephen up and I'm not going to do it, and neither are you. All right? So those guys, and Larry Labina and Peterson's brother, or Herman's brother, anyway, it's set up that Wiggert, or not Wiggert, but Pagel and Baldwin fly over, and there would be the RAV4. And there wasn't a RAV4. And Peterson's pissed because of the fact there wasn't a RAV4. And Herman, Link, Colburn, okay, and Lavina, they made sure that they wasn't going to have the RAV4 on the property on time. Now, let me ask you a question. It's when you fly over, you do an aerial photograph. The day before, what are you sending Pam and Nicole in for to go find it? When we couldn't find it by air, because it wasn't there by air. So why would they go in there the next day? There's no reason to go search the Avery yard or salvage yard. The only reason is to go search inside a building, but they weren't. They were searching the cars. Why were they searching the cars? We just flew over yesterday. We took snapshots. We took photographs of it yesterday. Why is Pam and Nicole there? Why are they searching the yard? There's no reason to search the yard unless, okay, now it's planted, go find it. So they went from aerial search to go find it. They had to change it because it wasn't there unexpectedly. According to plan, it was supposed to be there. So they sent Pam and Nicole in because they got word that one was there. So now, we know Colburn and Link put the two-door RAV4 up there because Pamela said, we found a two-door. So we know Link and Colburn put the two-door up there. Well, they find a four-door. All right? How did they find a four-door? See what I'm saying? Pam says it's two-door. Nicole says it's a four-door. Two conflicting. So they take pictures of this vehicle. And now we're in the Wisconsin State Crime Lab. Colburn and Link and Herman and the rest of Manawak County Sheriff's Department, with the exception of Kenneth Peterson, was not going to set Stephen Avery up and may or not be involved in Teresa being missing. Now, the only way Teresa can come up missing and her willingness to become missing is Ryan Hildegrass, Scott Balderman, and Mike Hallbach. Those three. So, Teresa is pregnant by Ryan and doesn't want him to have anything to do with her daughter, his daughter. So, fake the death. Scott Balderman, Mike Hallbach, whatever. Mike Hallbach and Teresa Marie Hallbach, she turned over all her possessions to him. Means she knew she was going to go missing. That's it. That's it. All right. So when it comes to opportunity and motive and Brady, what I come to find out is that Rubber Ducky is more of a professional out here than we realize. She is a propagandist. She put out one of the most excellent pieces of propaganda I have ever seen. True, it's a lie. Great. Here's the thing about it. What is the propaganda used for? Well, I'm sure Zoner would like to know whose blood it is on that door latch. But Rubber Ducky says it at each and every time. She says it 20 times, and there are handprints, 6 handprints and bloody and whatever, and fingerprints on the rapport, even if she identifies as Teresa's rapport. So what? That's not the point. See, Rubber Ducky's a spook. She's a spook, okay, of the highest order. Why is it not important? Why can she not be sued? Well, she can lie to you. She is lying to you, but she's not. It comes down to not the fingerprints or the blood or anything on the rapport. Yes, it's important. I like to know that, but it's not what she's saying. If you understand propaganda. What she's saying is open up the motherfucking long-term storage, pull out the rapport you've got, and they're not going to go over there and go on the blood first. No, it's going to go over there, open the door, and take pictures of that sticker, open up the hood, take pictures of that engine and whatever else, okay? I'm going to take the door latch off and get the serial numbers off of it. Trace that back. The bin. The bin isn't going to be Teresa's bin. It's going to be some other bin. Take pictures of it. And we'll get to the blood later. That's what it's about. That's freaking professional, Jack. Yeah. That's what you got out of it. So her Denny, yeah, man, the Denny. Zoner is using the Denny as a Trojan horse to get into that court, and then, oh, we found out it's not Teresa's rapport. Brilliant. Brilliant. That's all I gotta say, man. Absolutely. It comes down to bottom line. Ron Hildegrass, Scott Boldrum, and Mike Albach. They know what happened to Teresa. That's right. They know what happened to Teresa. Scott and Bobby, yeah, they were used as pawns. The reason why Teresa had to leave is she's pregnant by Ryan, didn't want her daughter to be raised by this guy. There's Bradley Check that was harassing her and had something to do with her being with him and his wife being a porn star. Catholic, which prevented her from having an abortion. Their family owns a dairy farm, so they're up there in the high stratosphere, and they got a daughter over there that's in the porn, that's a porn star. And then she's got 2 younger sisters. With all that, yeah, Teresa, yeah, you gotta go. Okay, that's pretty much, they kicked her out of the family, all right, because she's too rambunctious or whatever. They kicked her out of the family. Black sheep. Okay, so they booted her ass, and then they said, "Hey, you have to disappear because you got all this other stuff." and they have to figure out a way to boot her ass and make it look like a reason why she's no longer with us. So, fake her death. Voila, there's a $36 million freaking lawsuit sitting over here. Hey, let's put two and two together and kill two birds, same stone. Pretty much that's it. That's what you get out of that, Denny. That's what Rubber Ducky's telling you. Yeah. Read between the lines, people. Read between the lines.